First off, want to thank the crowd. I thought for a night game, I guess the attendance was 95,000, and you heard them. It was fun. You could tell they were having fun out there. They were loud, and it was great to run out into just about a full stadium. So I really appreciate everyone's support there. Overall in the game, I thought we did some good things. I thought that there's still some things to build on, of course, but you could certainly see there's a lot of guys out there that desperately need these snaps and this experience to keep building. And that's the idea, is that if we keep building, then we'll have a chance to get to where we want to be by the end of the season.
We'll open up with questions. Far left, Bill Landis, The Athletic.
Ryan, what transpired there with Kayvon Pope in the second quarter that it looked like you told him to leave the sideline after all that?
Yeah, so someone just kind of told me, I guess there was something with a tweet or something. I'm going to kind of get the details of everything that happened before I say anything there.
You had a player transfer midweek from that group, and then obviously this happened today. You're already late on guys there, but what's going on in that room right now? Are you okay with how that's all kind of coming along?
Well, in today's day and age, guys can, leave, with 4 games because they, can redshirt, and then, if they want to go enter the portal, that's their prerogative. And, I have a hard time with that because I think, when you make a commitment to a team at the beginning of the year, you make a commitment to Ohio State and to the Buckeyes, that's what you do. One of the hard things is that you have to play certain guys, and you have to make some decisions on who's playing in those games, and you just you really count on the guys to still be great teammates if they're not getting on the field.
Over here to the right, Austin Ward, Letterman Row.
Ryan, I know that you'll say that you need to see the film before you comment, but
sure.
What your first glance at these quarterbacks and what you thought leaving the field, and if that changes anything for you next week if CJ's healthy.
Like you said, I'll watch the film and see. You see certain things out there. I thought there were some things that were okay. I thought there were some things that we need to certainly clean up. I thought I got to find out where their eyes were at times. With Kyle, he does a really good job preparing. Excellent job. He puts a lot of work into this thing, and so it's the first time he's ever played in a college football game. He's a true freshman, so I think the game was moving pretty fast for him early on. But he was working at hyperspeed, I think. And one of the things we talk about with young quarterbacks is finding the speed of the game. And I think there were times where he did. And then I thought, Jack came in and kind of gave, had some poise in there and made some nice throws as well. I thought, he did some positive things. So. Again, we'll kind of look at it. Probably not going to make any hard decisions here, but it's part of the puzzle for sure.
Front row left, Pat Murphy, 24/7 Sports.
Ryan, on the quarterback topic, when we talked to you on Tuesday, you said you weren't going to put a guy in arbitrarily. Thursday, you announced that CJ probably won't play. Was there any trepidation about playing these guys, having them play well, and then causing any sort of quarterback competition that maybe you didn't want to have midseason?
Well, from the beginning, I've said that we're going to need all 3. And, what does that mean? If we have, one guy that we feel like, or 2 guys that we feel like, or 3 guys that we feel like can play and we can, win a championship with, and then we're in pretty good shape. I think we're still working towards that. And that's this was an opportunity to get those guys some reps, get them in the game, get a real evaluation, which is really going to help them because – in practice, you see certain things a certain way, but then when it's coming live and you get hit, it hurts. And so I think this is a huge learning experience. In the long run, this is great to have these guys get these reps. And so I was excited about that part for them.
Front row middle, Nathan Baird, Cleveland.com.
Akron goes down and scores early, takes a 7-0 lead, and then it seemed like as you started to get real penetration, especially from the middle of that defensive line, the game changed. We've been asking you a lot of questions about the pass rushers. What did you see from that part of the defense, and how did it change things in your?
I thought our confidence, just built up over the series, and part of some of these guys who don't have a lot of experience in the game is finding, again, it's kind of like the same thing we talked about with the quarterback, is kind of find the rhythm of the game. And I do feel a little bit like in that first series on both sides, we were kind of feeling our way around. And then all of a sudden we kick-started it and kind of got rolling and played with confidence for the rest of the game. So I think that's part of it. Is just feeling confident about what you're doing and then building off of it. And the more times that some of these younger players start making plays, then I think you look to the guy next to you, and that builds confidence because you know he can do it. And this is new for our guys. Some of these guys just don't have a ton of banked reps, and now they're building them. And you can see, like, Ronnie Hickman's a great example of that. He's played a few games now. He makes that interception, and he's starting to build a little bit of a reputation for being a guy who's playing really good football right now. Many people didn't really know who Ronnie was about 4 weeks ago. And now he's really doing it. Cody Simon's starting to show up. And so again, I think there was some strides in the right direction. And I thought we were aggressive overall, which was good. I thought we tackled well.
Back row left, Clay Hall, WSYX.
Did you say anything to Kyle after that first possession? It wasn't an artistic success, but I mean, he threw. You saw it. Threw behind, threw over, threw. Did you settle him down right there?
Yeah, I tried to. Yeah, just take a deep breath. Just take a deep breath and kind of find the speed of the game, and just trust your eyes, trust your reads. You've done a lot of preparation to get here, and then I thought he settled down a little bit.
Was he breathing pretty heavy?
Yeah, I think so. Pretty good. Yeah.
Front row middle, Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
Do you have a sense of whether CJ will be able to play next week? And did you get what you wanted to out of this game?
Well, I think we got the experience, and that was good. But for both of these guys, got some reps. I also think that when it comes to CJ, we'll kind of see that tomorrow. We'll practice tomorrow and see how he's doing. It seems like today he's feeling stronger, feeling better. So we made that decision last Sunday, and now we said we're going to sit down tomorrow and kind of figure out what the plan for the week is, and hope we can get him going this week.
And getting what you wanted out of this game?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, again, it's body reps. Do I think everything went perfectly? No, absolutely not. But the fact that they both played in games and are in the game and got some series under their belt, I think was good.
Back left, Doug Lesmerises, Cleveland.com.
Ryan, obviously the Kayvon situation was pretty unusual to see something like that happen during a game. You have another veteran earlier in the year who didn't play early. You were talking about maybe just need to see more in practice. Is there anything happening is any of this any indication of anything happening within the team, especially to have an incident like this with Kayvon that publicly tonight?
No. It's what it really is just I think a lot of guys, they want to play, and you can't play everybody, and then their frustration kicks in, and so again, I don't really want to comment too much on that particular situation, but I certainly think it's very isolated.
Front row right, Tim May, Letterman Row.
Yeah, you talked about this a little bit earlier, Ryan, but when you leave here tonight, you feel confidence that you've got a quarterback or two. If something does happen to CJ, we've talked about that many times, you feel much better about that situation than you did 3 hours ago from the standpoint of a guy winning and has now at least played a game.
I think now you know what you have, at least. No, I wouldn't even say you know what you have, but at least you have an idea of what you have when you get into the game, because you don't know until you actually play. And now we have some things that we can build on and try to grow from, for sure. Yeah.
And was there a guy on defense? You brought up Ronnie Hickman. Was there another guy, a couple of guys that just jumped out at you tonight from an effort standpoint when you looked out there defensively?
I'm just trying to think of some of the guys. I thought Cody played hard. I thought, again, I saw Tyleek in the backfield a bunch. It was good to see Mike Hall. Mike Hall's somebody who hadn't really done or had a whole bunch of snaps, but he was kind of back there. He had a couple penalties, but I know he played hard. It looked like Lathan was playing hard. Again, you have to kind of watch the film because you just see bits and pieces. But overall, I thought we kind of brought it pretty good there. A couple points.
Far left, Stephen Means, Cleveland.com.
Ryan, obviously that first drive didn't go pretty well for Kyle, and you guys were trying to push it down the field a couple times. Did you guys adjust maybe the game plan at all in that second drive? It seemed like it was a lot more short stuff, jet sweep, just stuff to get into the wide receiver's hands and maybe get him a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I mean, trying to get him into a rhythm of the game. The first one was a sprint out, which we thought would be a way to do that, and then the bubble screen went behind, but we kind of wanted to. That's with the quarterback. That's kind of a way to find the rhythm of the game. But yeah, that was the idea.
What does that do for a quarterback? Just regardless of what type of throw it is, the fact that he just completed a pass and now he feels like he's in there.
I think that's a big. I remember kind of going through it when I was a quarterback. You overthink things, and you can really in all three of these quarterbacks, they do a lot of thinking. They're very smart, and you can overthink it. And then once you kind of, it's like the jitters of any type of situation. Once you get in the moment, you forget about all those things, and that's kind of what you hope to do with a couple completions, is kind of flush out all those jitters. And now you can just go back to your training and your instincts.
And final questions will be second row middle, Lori Schmidt, Columbus Dispatch.
Coach, I know you have to review the incident and everything, but there's a report out about it. Can you tell us what Pope's status is with the team right now?
Oh, no, again, I'm not going to comment on anything until I get all
his
this.
status with the team. He's still a member of the Ohio State Buckeyes right now, or no?
Yeah, I mean, I just got off the field, so I'm going to have to figure out exactly where that all stands right now. Yeah.
Great. Coach, thank you very much.
Okay.
All right, folks, we're going to open up questioning. We've got Antoine Jackson at the far left, Paris Johnson in the middle, and Jackson Smith and Jigma to your left. We'll open the floor up for questioning. Front row right, Austin Ward, Letterman row.
Jackson, how did you think that another first-time starter quarterback did tonight?
I thought he did pretty well. I thought he stepped up to the challenge and made some good throws.
I think there was one time that CJ came out and was talking with you, and probably hurt him to watch, but
Yeah.
how has he been throughout this week, and what kind of spirits has he been as helped Kyle maybe get ready tonight?
I think he's been, the same leader he has been all through the week. Like he, is QB1, and then Kyle, he stepped up. We were all trying to motivate him, and he stepped up tonight though.
Over to the left, Dan Hope, Letterman row.
Hey, Jackson, on that touchdown, you look like you had to adjust to it a little. Like with that ball, is that where you want the ball? Would you initially want it out in front of you? Kind of on a pass like that, where exactly do you want the ball to be?
Anywhere around me, for real. But when we complete it, it's all good. It's a good ball to me. But I would like it, to be easier. I mean, there's an easier throw and catch, but I'm not complaining about it.
Did you guys as receivers say anything to Kyle after that opening drive to kind of settle him down?
Yeah. The first drive's always hectic, especially, being in a position like Kyle was in. But, I knew, things was definitely slowed down, and that's what happened, and we took off from there.
Second row middle, Joey Kaufman, Columbus Dispatch.
Antoine, you guys brought a lot of pressure up front tonight, 8 sacks. The fact that you were able to do that with just so many guys out on the defensive line, how big was that for you guys?
It was very big. Coach Jay said it earlier in the week. We had to get more pressure. He put all the pressure on us this week, so we showed what we can do. So that's what we did this week. This game.
Over here at the back row right, Spencer Tomlinson from Letterman row.
Paris, how much pressure do you guys put on each other as offensive linemen to keep a first-time quarterback with CJ clean a couple weeks ago, now to keep a first-time quarterback in Kyle clean? How much pride do you guys take in making sure it's all clean up front?
Well, we do take a lot of pride in that because we feel as the offensive line, it really all starts with us, and with two first-time starting quarterbacks, it's like really important to keep them clean, to keep their mind good, and just focused on the receivers and the running back, and not worried about what's going on in front of them. So that's been a big thing for us, is just
front row middle, Nathan Baird, Cleveland.com.
For Antoine, just we've talked. You said that Brian Davy's been asking for a pass rush, and I think a lot of times that gets put on the defensive ends. How did it seem like the interior kind of took it upon themselves to set that tone tonight? Was it something you guys specifically had talked about that needed to come up the middle?
I mean, if we want to be honest, it was just a simple plan, just to cage the pocket. The quarterback was a dual threat quarterback. He could run, as y'all can see. So the plan was just to cage him
and just for, the interior just to, eat up and get the crumbs and just get the sacks, and that's what we did. So.
Third row middle, Colin Gay, Rivals.
Antoine, it seemed like, not only did the middle of the defensive line kind of step up for you guys, it was a lot of veteran guys kind of setting the tone for you. How important is that to kind of get the entire room going, especially with just how many young guys that you guys saw tonight? How did Haskell kind of, just set the tone for just the future of your room?
Coach Jay, he really got on us this week, just to get a pass rush out of, the whole D-line room. So that's what we did. And, it was just a whole D-line effort. And, Coach Jay is one of the best, and that's what he really got on us this week.
And Jackson, as a receiver's perspective, what is the relationship like between CJ and Kyle? What do you see? Do you see them talking to each other, taking notes? What is that like for you watching them?
They're two competitors, and they compete against each other, but I know they're real, good friends. Yeah, nothing besides that.
Far left, Stephen Means, Cleveland.com.
Jackson, what do you like about those jet sweep passes?
Just getting the ball in my hands quick, and I can do whatever with it, and yeah, I like them a lot.
You guys ran those a lot tonight. Do you see Kyle kind of building confidence, even if it's something as simple as just looking it up to you guys as he's completing passes? Do you see him getting a little bit more confident as a game?
Yeah, for sure. Just momentum building, just get him out there. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Back row left, Clay Hall, WSYX.
Paris, how does it help you, the team, to know what the other two, probably you knew what they could do, but to see it on the field and, make plays, what does that do for the rest of the squad?
Oh, well, it's just a really good feeling just to see the whole team just come together and just make plays and just work as one. So it's a good feeling.
And final questions for this group, front row middle, Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
For Jackson and Paris, just what was Kyle like, his presence, and just your impressions of how he played?
I thought he stepped up in a big way. I thought he was very confident. Had a slow first drive, but everything came to him, and I thought he responded well.
I would say that he did not get fluttered, and he showed his confidence, and I wasn't worried about it at all. Nobody up front was worried about it. So,
great, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Guys, I'm going to bring two more up. All right, folks, at the middle we have Haskell Garrett, and over here to your far left is Steele Chambers. We'll open up the questions. Front row, Tim May, Letterman Row.
Haskell, I think you had 3 sacks tonight. How many did you come up with in your own mind?
As a group, I stopped counting, but the sacks don't really matter. It just matters that we played undeniable defense tonight as a defensive front, so that's all I was worried about.
Say, to make that pledge a little bit to yourselves and then deliver, where do you leave here tonight? Obviously you guys are heavy favorites against these guys, but you did what you wanted to do. Where do y'all leave here confidence-wise?
Confidence in the young guys. It was really this is one of those games where you see what they got and how they can hone in going forward towards the season. So this is a start, and now we're going into conference play, and I'm confident on our young guys stepping up to the plate.
And folks, we've also been joined by to your far right by Matthew Jones. We'll continue on with questioning. Clay Hall, Columbus, WSYX.
Steele, you flashed several times tonight. You've obviously made this transition. Do you feel at home now at linebacker?
I feel like I definitely feel at home right now. We've got a great group in the Silver Bullets. Definitely just a squad that everyone likes to do their job, and that's what I'm doing. I'm just doing my job, and if I make plays, I end up making plays. But you can't do it with the rest of the guys.
Is this proof that the D is getting better? I think it's the second game in a row, under 100 yards rushing by the opponent, maybe.
Yeah, I think we're just building momentum. We've got a bunch of great guys in spots, but we just don't have the experience in some spots. But now we're starting to gain it, and now we're moving forward.
Left side, front row, Dan Hope, Letterman Row. 11 Warriors. Sorry about that. 11 Warriors.
Haskell, how important do you think it was for you guys going into conference play, for you guys to really come out and just control the game tonight and do that for 4 quarters?
It was very important. The game plan we put together, and really just guys executing. You know, we had a lot of experienced guys that were out on the D-line, so I feel that defense as a whole, we've started, and now it's time to just roll.
Right next door, Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
And Haskell, sorry to ask you this, but you probably know what happened with Kayvon. Is there anything you want to say about that? What did you see, and how disturbing is that for that to happen?
Really, we're just playing ball, and it's just, it is what it is, and I don't really want to get into that.
Yeah, just same as him. Don't really know what happened.
Front row right, Austin Ward, Letterman row.
Still with the way maybe you're coming on and then Dallas not being around, I don't know what Kayvon will do from here, but is there a sense that there's a big opportunity here for you and you're starting to grow into that role, maybe more pressure for you to perform for that group?
I mean, as the season goes on, I'm always going to have to continue to grow and get better, but I mean, we've just got a really tight-knit group, so we're just going to feed off each other. Whatever happened, I don't know, but I mean, we're just going to do what we set out to do at the beginning of the season.
Third row, far left, Tony Girdman, the Buckeye Scoop.
Williams led the team in tackles and a couple sacks again. What has he given you guys? How impressed have you been with him?
You know, Talik is great, and I'm really excited for what he has to bring to the table, to the D-line, and his future. And it's just uplifting those guys, building them confidence, getting their confidence up, and getting them comfortable. You know, they're not freshmen. They have to grow up, and they have to play ball. So,
What makes him different?
you know, I don't know. I just feel like Talik is just really, he wants to be a relentless player. He wants to be the best of the best, and so, I mean, that's why he came to O State.
We're going to go to the far right back, Brendan Gulick, Buckeyes Now on Sports Illustrated.
Hey guys, this is a question for any one of the three, or maybe a comment from each of you. But you know, it's often said that you rise to the level of your training rather than sinking to the level of your competition. And I think everybody knows that Akron's been going through some rebuilding, but it sounds like you guys had a couple of really good practices this week. Can you talk a bit about how you know you kept your focus throughout the course of the week, especially on the defensive side of the ball, put together a performance like this?
I think for the most part, it's just we didn't really hone in on our opponent. We honed in on, you know, looking in the mirror and how can we get better as an individual, as a unit, as a whole team. So really it's just focusing on ourselves and making the best of, you know, being the best of ourselves.
We'll go far right, Spencer Holbrook, Letterman row.
Matt, are you starting to kind of settle in now, 2 games in? Are you starting to settle into your role and get comfortable there?
Yeah, you know, I'm just trying to improve every time, every step I could take. I'm just work hard and improve to it, and I feel like today was another step of improvement, and I'm just going to keep giving it all my hardest and work.
Second row left, second row right, Lori Schmidt, Columbus Dispatch.
Haskell, you talked about the game plan. How would you describe what the game plan was tonight? Did you feel let loose at all? And then, who were the 2 adorable kids you left the field with?
Well, first, to answer your first question, is just our game plan was just play relentless, put pressure on them, play our own game, get better within our technique. And Coach Jay said that, set a goal for us, and he said, you know, I want you guys to play fast, I want you guys to play relentless, but also have fun. And those 2 kids were my nephews, Casey and Camden, they're twins.
We'll go across the aisle, Joey Kaufman, Columbus Dispatch.
Haskell, why do you think you guys were able to be so effective getting pressure and getting sacks despite having a lot of guys outside in the defensive line?
I mean, we go against guys like Matt, Paris Johnson, Darren Mumford. You know, our O-line is the best of the best, in my opinion, and they get us better every day, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and we go against them every week of the year. So just iron sharpens iron.
And our last question's right here, front row, middle, Nathan Baird, Cleveland.com.
Matt, you a guy that's been asked to step up in big moments before off the bench. I assume that's got to be maybe even tougher for a quarterback. Just what did you see from Kyle tonight? I guess not just in terms of what he was doing, throwing the ball and things like that, but just like the presence he had on the field, maybe especially after kind of a slow start.
I believe Kyle could do it. He was giving his all in practice, and there was no doubt in my mind he couldn't do it today. He stepped up, and he know that as an offensive line, we have his back. And today I feel like he did pretty good.
Great. Gentlemen, thank you very much.